I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
What's up, everyone? May the 4th be with you. Today's a special drop on May the 4th, Star Wars Day, and we're doing the Mandalorian and Grogu action figure from the upcoming movie that comes out later this month. So if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you see in the future, and let's just jump into this video.
This is the way.
Alright, we're going to start with my first impressions, and my first impressions of the Mandalorian is it looks really good. I was kind of surprised that the details on it, which we'll get to in a little bit, came out so clean. I was impressed with how it looked in the box and especially out of the box. It has some things that are kind of interesting about it in terms of design, but overall, I'm liking it. And it came with the Grogu, obviously, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So from my first impressions, I like it. It's definitely worth having in my collection. And now for articulation. Just like most Black Series, it's very typical. I do believe, and I could be wrong, if someone knows in the comments, let me know, the ab's been redesigned. It's got a nice little twist to it. And the bandolier can move with it, and so it doesn't impede anything. They added some soft goods, which I find kind of cool, but kind of looks weird right here with the stitching. I don't know if you can see the stitching right here. The head is pretty good. It's on there really, it feels really loose and wobbly, but got shoulder movement is typical what you expect. The shoulder pads are right there. Elbow joints are pretty decent. You have a twist right here. And the hands, you can replace this one hand with this one, and they move as you would expect for a Black Series. The knees, one of my least favorite knees of an action figure are of the Black Series. They have this like weird twist here, and I like my twist up here and the knees to be kind of like just normal, but you know, it is what it is. But it's just the gripe I have. The ankles on mine are, this one's pretty loose, but it has your typical this, that, down, pretty good down right there, and then up only goes about to there, which whatever. You can throw some pretty cool poses with him, which we'll get to. So overall, the articulation is expected of a Star Wars Black Series figure. This one just, you know, it's nothing crazy. It's pretty good. It does what it needs to do. And so now immediately we're gonna move on straight to details, and I'm gonna start off with the jetpack. The jetpack is really cool. It's got that nice metallic color, almost like a silver or polished aluminum. Kind of reminds me of the Rocketeer. That's how old I am, if you remember that. The armor, the color is really good. You have the logo on the shoulder, the Beskar armor. The helmet has a little bit of a mold line right there. You can see, which, whatever, but since I'm here, I'm gonna point it out. The clothing details in the plastic mold is really good. All these little things like the pouches, the ammo holders, the thigh armor, it just looks really good. The belt, the bandolier, all the weapons, everything looks really good. And on the weapons, the details are pretty good too. This gun fits in his hand kind of weird. Well, I'll show in the pose, or not the poses and photos section. Sorry, this video is a little all over the place. This comes off, but I'm not gonna take it off. It did pop off, but I was able to stick it back on. It also came with this one-handed blade, short sword, pretty good. Details are decent, pretty solid. Also came with this little knife. I have yet to figure out where it goes. I know the blaster goes right here in the holster, but I'm not even sure where this knife goes. But I'm assuming it goes right here in this hand. So, yep, it's gonna go right in there. We're gonna get some pictures later on of it. I don't want to mess with it too much. Oh, there we go. I lied. I'm a liar. Insert Throne of Lies meme from Elf. And then Grogu. Didn't do it articulation section on him because he has like limited articulation and it didn't really matter. But his details are pretty cool. He looks good. You can have him like this, or you can have him. I had him earlier on holding onto his bandolier, and he was just sitting there like that. So all in all, it's cool. The details are really fantastic, and it was only $35. So you know, you get 2 guns and two hand weapons, and so I really think this is a good one, especially if you're into Star Wars. And right now it's May the 4th, so I mean, this was just had to do this and pump this video out. And now we're gonna go into my favorite section, as everyone knows, is photos and poses, and I really tried on this one for you guys. All right, first picture, we're gonna start out with the buddy picture. Can't go wrong with Grogu and the Mando hanging out. This one is my favorite out of the bunch. Just a nice natural shot. If I'm walking through a little canyon, it was actually a big broken rock and it just worked perfectly. This one I did some color grading on because I wanted it to look like he was on Coruscant or some other city-like planet with all the neon colors and that kind of stuff. So that's why you kind of see the purples and the blues reflecting off the armor. And here's one where he's fighting a stormtrooper randomly on some planet. I haven't figured out what I was going to use it as, but it's supposed to be like breaking his neck or sneaking up behind him, and I thought it was a pretty cool shot. And this one, I have him like standing over the stormtrooper as if he's trying to extract information out of him. And another image I did for a short, there's an actual laser blast I edited in, and it's hitting the ground next to his head like as if he's trying to like get some info out of him. So this was another outdoor shot I really liked. All right, so my final thoughts is this figure is pretty cool. It's worth the money. It comes with some good accessories, a little Grogu. I will say though, I have one glaring issue that I found kind of weird. It's just me. I don't like to try hard to put hands back on the thing, and this is a total pain, and I'm, was afraid I was gonna bust the peg there. But overall, this figure is pretty decent for the price. If you're a Star Wars Black Series fan, this is definitely a must-have. It feels good in hand, looks good. Only real issue is, like I always say, I'm not a fan of the articulation of Black Series. I feel like Hasbro could like redesign their Black Series. I think they've done a little, like I said, in the articulation section. They've done some ab crunch changes. I feel like the Marvel Legends need to be redesigned too, which, I mean, sadly, if they did that, they'd probably charge us more for them. And like, no one wants to pay more for that. But overall, their figures are pretty solid, pretty decent. All his joints are good. I have no issues with nothing. I love the look. The look's great. I mean, I can nitpick the mold line right there, but the light bounces off his armor real well. The paint job's good. The soft goods is a nice touch. I really love the soft goods. I think that's a great thing to add to figures. So that being said, give this at 8 out of 10 because of the hand, the limited articulation. Not limited, but I don't particularly care for it. I wish it was better. But I'm also a SH snob, so sometimes that bias gets in the way. But really, the details are great, and this is a beautiful Star Wars figure. So, and with the movie coming out around the corner, and today being May the 4th, this is just totally worth having. And I usually collect just stormtroopers, but I had to snag this because it just looked so good. But if you haven't already, please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you'd like to see next. They're going to do a couple more Star Wars videos this month, but probably keep them real short. Got some stormtroopers I wanted to show off, along with some other anime figures. But if you have any thoughts, let me know. I want to try to make these better for y'all. Hone my craft and get better at it. But with that said, may the 4th be with you.